48% of Americans are magnesium deficient. The supplement industry sells $7 billion of pills to fix it. This plant has 5 times more magnesium than spinach. It costs nothing. It grows itself. It is in your yard right now. By the end of this video, you will know what it is and why they buried it. The plant you are looking at is called lamb's quarters, botanical name Chenopodium album, and it has been feeding human civilizations for longer than any vegetable in your grocery store has existed. Walk into a traditional kitchen in northern India during winter. Watch a family prepare their morning meal. They are cooking dark green leaves with a dusty white coating into curries and flatbreads called parathas. This is not spinach. This is not kale. In Hindi, they call it bathua. Over 300 million people across South Asia eat it every single week. In the Himalayan foothills of Nepal, farmers call it bethu and consider it essential winter nutrition. In Turkey, villages that have gathered it from wild places for generations beyond memory call it sirken. In rural Mexico, traditional cooks fold it into tamales and call it quelite. Here is the first question that should stop you. You know spinach, you know kale, you know arugula, Swiss chard, and collard greens. These vegetables sit in every Western grocery store. But the plant consumed by more people than all those greens combined does not exist in Western consciousness. The problem is fragmentation. Indians call it bathua. Nepalese call it bethu. Turks call it sirken. Mexicans call it quelite. British farmers once called it fat hen. American botanists call it Chenopodium album. Dozens of names for one plant. No unified identity in Western languages. When a plant has no consistent name, it has no consistent presence in cookbooks, in databases, in research funding proposals. The fragmentation was not intentional, but the result was erasure. Compare this to cilantro. Same plant as coriander, different names for leaves versus seeds. But Western food culture unified those names. Everyone knows cilantro. It appears in every grocery store. Lamb's quarters never received that unification. It remained foreign in each separate encounter. Never familiar, never integrated, never understood by the culture that needed it most. In 1950, Danish workers cutting peat from a bog near the village of Tollund discovered something that would change archaeology forever. They found a human body so perfectly preserved that they initially called the police, thinking they had found a recent murder victim. The body belonged to a man who had died over 2,400 years ago. Scientists named him Tollund Man. His face remained so intact that you can still see his closed eyes, his furrowed brow, the stubble on his chin. He looked like he was sleeping. But what scientists were most interested in was his stomach. In 2021, researchers from the Danish National Museum conducted the most detailed analysis ever performed on Tollund Man's last meal. They used advanced microscopy and lipid analysis to identify exactly what he ate in the hours before his death. The results were published in the journal Antiquity. Barley, pale persicaria, flax seeds, and one plant appearing in direct, identifiable form among the contents. The plant we are discussing today, it was not a weed to him, it was food. Intentional, harvested, prepared food. 3,000 years ago, an Iron Age man in Denmark sat beside a fire and cooked a porridge that included this plant as a deliberate ingredient. He was not alone. Grauballe Man, another bog body discovered nearby, showed the same dietary pattern, the same plants, the same evidence of intentional consumption. These were not starving people eating whatever they could find. These were people who understood the value of what they were eating. Now move 5,000 miles west. In the river valleys of eastern North America, something remarkable happened approximately 5,000 years ago. Indigenous peoples began intentionally planting and cultivating members of the goosefoot family. They selected for larger seeds. They developed storage techniques. They created trade networks around this food system. By 1800 BC, at the Riverton site in Illinois, archaeologists found direct evidence of domesticated Chenopodium seeds with husks only a third as thick as wild seeds. Those farmers had been selectively breeding this plant for generations to produce a seed easier to process and eat. This was not casual foraging. This was sophisticated agriculture predating the arrival of corn from Mexico by nearly 2,000 years. Scientists at Russell Cave in Alabama confirmed the same pattern. Seeds from the Chenopodium family stored intentionally, cultivated systematically, a staple crop. 3 separate independent domestication events: the Andes of South America, the highlands of central Mexico, the woodlands of eastern North America. 3 civilizations with no contact. Looked at the same plant and reached the same conclusion. This is valuable. This is worth cultivating. This feeds our people. Now here is the comparison that should permanently change how you think about your grocery bill. You have heard of quinoa, the ancient Andean superfood that now costs $8 per pound at health food stores, the grain that wellness influencers add to their salad bowls, the seed generating hundreds of millions in annual revenue. Quinoa's botanical name is Chenopodium quinoa. The plant growing in your garden right now is Chenopodium album. Same genus. Close relatives, similar nutritional profiles. Research published in the Journal of Food Composition and Analysis compared them directly. The results were striking. Chenopodium album demonstrated superior amino acid profiles compared to quinoa. The free weed outperforms the $8 superfood. Here is what 100 grams of raw lamb's quarters leaves actually contains: 96% of your daily vitamin C requirement, 73% of your daily vitamin A, 37% of your riboflavin, 37% of your manganese, 31% of your calcium. All of that for 43 calories. Now compare it to the vegetables your doctor and nutritionist celebrate. Lamb's quarters contains approximately 2 times more vitamin B1 than spinach, 2 times more vitamin B2, 3 times more vitamin C, 3 times more calcium. Compare it to kale, the vegetable that launched 1,000 wellness brands. Lamb's quarters contains approximately 2.5 times more vitamin A than kale. It is richer in protein, richer in fiber, richer in most minerals that matter for the aging human body. But the mineral that changes everything for the 55-plus audience watching this is magnesium. Your body uses magnesium for over 300 enzymatic reactions: muscle function, nerve transmission, blood sugar regulation, blood pressure control, protein synthesis, energy production, bone density, heart rhythm. When magnesium runs low, everything suffers. Muscle cramps appear first, then fatigue that sleep does not fix, then anxiety without obvious cause, irregular heartbeat, migraines, difficulty sleeping. These symptoms are so common in adults over 55 that most people assume they are simply part of getting older. They are not. They are the documented symptoms of magnesium insufficiency. The National Institutes of Health and Chains data confirms that 48% of Americans are not meeting their daily magnesium requirement from food. For adults over 71, the percentage is even higher. For people taking proton pump inhibitors, common medications for acid reflux, magnesium depletion is documented as a direct side effect. Here is the detail that makes standard blood tests useless for diagnosing this problem. Only 1% of your body's magnesium exists in your blood. The other 99% is stored in bones and soft tissues. You can be severely depleted while your blood test shows normal levels. The deficiency hides where standard tests do not look. Now here is the number that ties all of this together for the supplement industry. Research comparing wild edible species to common grocery store vegetables found that lamb's quarters contains 5 times more magnesium than spinach, 5 times more than lettuce, 5 times more than cabbage. The global magnesium supplement market reached $3.5 billion in 2023. Projections show growth to nearly $7 billion by 2032. That growth depends entirely on continued magnesium deficiency. A plant that provides 5 times more magnesium than spinach grows without cultivation, self-seeds forever, and costs nothing after initial establishment is not a product. It is a solution. And solutions are not good for business. There is also a crucial distinction that the supplement industry never explains. Many leafy greens contain high levels of oxalic acid. Oxalates bind to minerals like calcium and magnesium inside your digestive system, reducing how much your body can actually absorb. Spinach is notorious for this. It looks nutritious on paper, but oxalates steal a significant portion of that value before it reaches your cells. Research on Chenopodium species found something different. Considering the ratio of oxalic acid to calcium and magnesium, lamb's quarters had lower interference ratios than beet or spinach. The minerals in lamb's quarters are more bioavailable. More of what you eat actually reaches the tissues that need it. The supplement industry sells isolated magnesium compounds: magnesium oxide, magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate, each with different absorption rates, each requiring a new purchase when the bottle runs empty. Plant-form magnesium comes with cofactors, enzymes, fiber, and complementary nutrients that evolution designed to work together. Your body recognizes food. It does not always recognize pills. Lamb's quarters produces an average of 72,000 seeds per plant. Some specimens produce over 100,000. Under ideal conditions, researchers have documented individual plants producing up to 500,000 seeds. One well-established patch can release 50 million seeds per hectare, and those seeds do not die quickly. Studies on seed longevity found that lamb's quarters seeds remain viable in soil for 12 to 78 years. One study documented 32% germination rates after 20 years of burial. Another found viable seeds after 40 years. Your great-grandmother could have planted lamb's quarters once, done nothing else, and you could harvest from her original planting today. Think about what this means for a business model built on annual seed sales. The global seed industry generates over $60 billion annually. Corn, soybeans, wheat, cotton. These crops require new seed purchases every planting season. Many modern varieties are hybrids that do not breed true. Some are patented. The entire business model depends on annual repetition. Lamb's quarters breaks this model completely. It refuses to participate in annual transactions. It cannot be controlled. It cannot generate recurring revenue. From an industry perspective, this plant is not just worthless. It is competition. So the Agricultural Extension Services across America classified it as a weed. Studies documented yield losses in corn and soybean crops when lamb's quarters grew nearby. Herbicide manufacturers needed markets. Lamb's quarters became a target. No one suppressed this plant through active conspiracy. No executives met in shadowy rooms to plot its erasure. The mechanism was simpler and more systemic. Economic systems see what benefits economic systems. Research follows funding. Funding follows patents. Patents require control. Lamb's quarters cannot be controlled. It self-seeds. It spreads. It becomes wild. It becomes free. What cannot be owned cannot be sold. What cannot be sold cannot be marketed. What cannot be marketed does not enter consciousness. The weed classification completed the erasure. And within one generation, the plant that had fed Iron Age Danes, Native American civilizations, and hundreds of millions of South Asian families disappeared from American awareness entirely. Open PubMed right now. Search fish oil. You will find over 15,000 published studies. Search magnesium supplement. Thousands more. Now search Chenopodium album nutrition. A few hundred studies. Almost all conducted in India, Nepal, or Pakistan. Almost none funded by Western institutions. Scientific papers repeatedly use the same word to describe this plant: neglected. The nutritional characteristics of the neglected species Chenopodium album. That word appears again and again in the literature. Neglect is not conspiracy. It is economics. This is the section that matters most for everything that follows. Lamb's quarters looks like it has been dusted with flour. The young leaves have a distinctive mealy white coating, not a disease, not damage, a natural waxy substance called farina that protects the leaves and makes water bead off the surface. This is your most reliable identification marker. The leaves are triangular or diamond-shaped, roughly 3 to 7 centimeters long on mature plants. The edges have irregular teeth. Upper leaves appear waxy and unwettable. The dusty coating washes off easily under running water. Beneath it, the leaves look like any cooking green, dark on top, sometimes with a purple tinge underneath. The plant grows upright at first, reaching anywhere from knee height to over 5 feet in rich soil. Stems are often ridged and angular, sometimes with streaks of red or purple. Dense clusters of tiny green flowers appear on branching spikes as the plant matures in summer. The flowers eventually become seed heads, turning brown and dry in late summer and fall. Similar plants exist, and the most commonly confused species are other Chenopodium species and oryx. Here is the important fact. Those are also edible. The confusion poses no danger. You might end up with slightly different flavored greens. You will not end up poisoned. Do not harvest from areas that may have been sprayed with herbicide. Do not harvest from roadsides with heavy vehicle traffic or from areas with known soil contamination. Urban lots near industrial sites or heavily trafficked roads are not ideal harvest locations. Your garden bed, your backyard, disturbed soil in clean areas, these are perfect. USDA zones 3 through 10, from Canada to the Gulf Coast, from sea level to high mountain valleys. This plant grows across 6 continents. It is almost certainly within walking distance of where you are sitting right now. Here is the growing secret for lamb's quarters. Stop pulling it out. That is the entire instruction set. If you have a garden or a yard, this plant will appear on its own in disturbed soil. Stop treating it as a weed. Start treating it as food. If you want to establish it deliberately in a new location, scatter seeds on disturbed soil in spring after the last frost. Water occasionally until established, then leave it entirely alone. The plant requires nothing else. No fertilizer, no pesticide, no special preparation. It prefers poor soil and actually improves the ground for everything planted after it. Harvest young leaves when the plant is 6 to 8 inches tall. This is when they are most tender, and the flavor is mildest. You can continuously harvest throughout the growing season by taking the top growth. New leaves regenerate within days of cutting. Young shoots can be eaten raw. Add them to salads. The flavor is mild, slightly mineral, reminiscent of spinach, but cleaner and less bitter. The leaves are preferably cooked. Treat them exactly as you would treat spinach. Sauté with garlic and olive oil. Add to soups and stews. Fold into omelets. Blend into smoothies. Wilt and add to pasta. The cooking options are identical to spinach, and the result is nutritionally far superior. The flower buds and young flowers are also edible when cooked. They add texture and a slightly nutty flavor. For seed harvest, wait until late summer or autumn when the seed heads turn dark and dry. Strip the clusters into a container. Pour the seeds between 2 containers in a light breeze to remove chaff. The cleaned seeds can be toasted lightly before eating, ground into flour, or boiled into porridge exactly as Iron Age people across Northern Europe did for thousands of years. One practical note. Like spinach and many leafy greens, lamb's quarters contains oxalates. For most people, this poses no problem at normal serving sizes. If you have kidney stone concerns or plan to eat very large quantities daily, brief blanching reduces oxalate levels significantly. Pour boiling water over leaves, let sit for 2 minutes, drain. The oxalates dissolve into the water you discard. Store dried seeds in airtight containers. they remain viable for years. A small jar of seeds stored in a cool, dark location is genuine food security that requires no electricity, no supply chain, and no functioning store to maintain. Let me make the financial argument directly. Magnesium glycinate supplements, one of the most bioavailable commercial forms, cost approximately $25 to $50 per bottle for a 30-day supply. That is $300 to $600 per year. For a mineral that is already present in food at 5 times the concentration of the spinach sitting in your refrigerator right now. The plant growing at the edge of your garden requires no purchase. It self-seeds forever. It produces hundreds of pounds of harvestable greens per season from a small established patch. And the nutrition it delivers comes with the cofactors, enzymes, and fiber that help your body actually use what it is getting. One established patch of lamb's quarters, nothing else, permanently reduces your magnesium supplement bill to zero. Compare that math to any supplement subscription you are currently running. The supplement industry built a $7 billion market on a deficiency, a plant that has been growing on this continent for thousands of years, that fed Iron Age Europeans and Native American civilizations, that 300 million people in South Asia eat every single week. That plant eliminates the market entirely. That is why it disappeared. That is why the word the scientific literature uses is neglected. That is why extension offices call it a weed. It is none of those things. It is the most nutritious plant most Americans have never been told about. Your backyard already knows it exists. The question is whether you will. If this was useful, hit subscribe. Every week on this channel, we cover the plants the seed industry, the supplement industry, and the agrochemical industry never wanted you to find. The next one will surprise you more than this one did.